Out on a personal recognizance bond for over 2 years with a perfect record, so why did Rodney Brown suddenly panic and fail to appear in court? In this hearing, he gives a startlingly honest explanation to the judge, a mix of anxiety medication, misleading viral videos, and a desperate need to stabilize his family. Watch as the judge weighs this unique reason against the law to decide, will he walk out with a second chance, or will he be held on a $7,500 bond? This is a fascinating look at fear, fairness, and the human stories behind legal proceedings.
He was on a PR bond, $7,500. I believe the state's not opposed to reinstating that. He had been out of custody for 2.5 years, had no trouble, no violations. He failed to show up for court. He was late that day. His lawyer said, come in by 4. And he's just honest with me, and I'll be honest with you. He said, I panicked. Because I've seen him come in and get arrested, and he explained to him that happened anyway shortly thereafter, and that's what happens. He learned his lesson. Other than that, he's perfect reporting, appearing, and doing everything he's supposed to do for 2 years, and he will continue to do that.
All right, come on down. All right, we're on the record in 2024 CR 5976 State versus Rodney Brown. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Garahan for the state, Your Honor.
Gary Baker, Mr. Brown.
And are you Mr. Brown?
I am.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Rodney Brown.
All right, so why didn't you appear for court?
I woke up late and I contacted my lawyer, and he told me that I had until 4. And at around just before noon, he told me that the warrant was already issued. And to be perfectly honest, the person that I was in a relationship at the time had showed me a series of videos of your more tougher representations of the and I didn't know. I've been here the last 3 days. I came into your court, I sat in the court, and I've listened to you and talked, and it was a misrepresentation of who you are.
You can be tough. That's
I know you can be tough, but the people in these videos, it had to be taken into consideration the context, and it was shown to me out of context. And I was during that time taking anxiety meds there, and I wasn't getting the proper care. My doctor was actually kind of a bit of a pill pusher, and so I was just going through a lot, and my family was not in a stable situation. So at the time, I got nervous, and I was like, I need to take care of my family, make sure my family's good, and then once my family's good, I'm willing to turn myself in and take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. At this point, my family is in the best possible situation. So,
well, what I can tell you is, when I was a defense attorney, I would represent clients, and sometimes clients would say, well, I'm sitting here and this person did A, B, and C, and they're out and about. And I always have to remind them, you have to take in consideration what court they're in, what the facts of their case are, because you really don't know. And people can chop things up and make things seem different than what they are. Because I will tell you, there are some people who will come to me and they will say, just different attorneys, oh my gosh, people wearing shorts getting taken into custody. And I'm like, no. I said, that was secondary, because you shouldn't wear shorts in court, but you're not allowed to take photos of or talk to inmates when you're in the gallery, because for security reasons, that's not allowed. But it's easily to chop that up and thinking, oh my gosh, you're taking somebody in custody. It's just a regular citizen wearing shorts.
yes.
So there are different things that happen. But in this court, what I can tell you is hopefully I'm fair to everyone. I try to be fair to everyone. And I look at people as individuals. In each case, I don't remember people's by their numbers or case number, but I remember the person as an individual. And I remember the stories that they've told me before. That's how I remember things. And that's how I was taught to know case law, because it's easy for me to remember cases because I remember something that's sort of weird about the case and the case law. That's how I remember it. Now, sometimes I can't tell you, oh, that's Jones v. State. But when I read a little synopsis, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that case. All right. So in this court, let me just tell you, you need to come to court and you need to be on time. And this court is at 9 a.m. If it's not at 9 a.m., I will let people know, hey, we're starting at 1:30 and give people a reason. So you say that you are receiving mental health care or something, or?
I was receiving mental health care. The last time I went, I was being completely honest with her. I had a lot of stresses in my life, and I told her that the medicine wasn't working. And instead of addressing it, she just kind of switched me to another medicine that the pharmaceutical sales rep had dropped off that day. And when I went and did some research, it was not an appropriate switch. And so I actually got myself off the medicine. I started exercising and taking a more positive outlook on life. And so I've grown a lot in the time that I've been released.
All right. And then has there been any type of drug use in the past?
No.
All right. So have you all agreed on a bond?
Yes, Your Honor, previous bond was set at $7,500.
And was that a PR bond?
It was a PR bond.
So are there going to be any objections to reinstating the PR bond?
We were asking for the bond to be made, Judge, but I know defense counsel is asking for the PR bond to be reinstated.
All right. So then the question becomes whether or not he can afford bond. I'll note that this doesn't appear to be an alleged violent offense.
That is correct. It's not a violent offense.
All right. So do you want to put any evidence on about
Sure, I will. Put my
the amount he can afford?
Yeah, sure. Should I?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he's been sworn. Okay. Sir, what is your current employment situation?
I'm currently unemployed, but I do have an employment opportunity as soon as I present identification.
As of right now, do you have any money in the bank, cash and savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, or any investment accounts? Anything?
I do not.
Okay. Is it fair to say your dollar amount to your name in any holding institution is zero at this point?
It's negative.
Negative. Okay. Do you own any property?
I do not.
Okay. Do you have any? Some people might not have any money in bank, but they've got a Ford Raptor in the driveway or some other asset that they could sell to raise the $7,500. Do you have anything like that?
I do not.
What about family? Is there family that could help you to pay the $7,500 bond if the court says that?
They will not.
Okay. You have any other way to be able to afford that bond if the court goes?
Outside of earning the money myself, once released, if there's a way to, no.
But presently, you don't.
Presently, no. I have my account for the county is in a negative, and I have $7 on my phone in order to speak to my mother. That's the only person in my life. She's on the East Coast, and she's taking care of my brothers.
Okay. She doesn't have funds either to.
No.
And you have court-appointed counsel in this case. You've done it previously and to remain in that state at this point.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any further questions.
All right. Any questions?
Just briefly, Judge. Previously to being incarcerated for the bond violation, what was your employment status before that?
I was in between jobs. I had recently been released from North Italia at the Rim, and I had applied to Hawkins Personnel Group, and they told me that if I brought in identification, a picture ID, that they would employ me.
What do they do? I'm sorry.
It's a temp agency, and they said that I could work at the Fiesta warehouse. I think it's like more downtown, Monday through Thursday. Friday is optional. It'd be overtime, and pay rate's about $15 an hour. And the only thing that stopped me from reemploying was that they did e-signature, which required a picture ID. I had my voter's registration card and my birth certificate, which should have been enough, but because of the e-signature, they told me as soon as I get ID, I'm really good.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Judge.
All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The laws for setting bonds have changed, right? So I can either set you a bond at $3,500, or I can do the PR bond at $7,500. I'll ask that the fees are waived, and you'll have to be placed on GPS, and that'll be GPS partial for employment. Those are your only options. My hands are tied as far as.
He will take the second, Your Honor. We actually already discussed that. I forgot to mention that, but he understands that you'd be a monitor in that situation.
All right. So there's going to be a PR bond $7,500, waive fees, and then there's going to be partial GPS for employment only. And I'll ask that the fees are waived. You do have a place to live, correct?
That would have to be verified. My plan initially was to be released to the Haven for Hope, or whenever I was released, to use my resources and not to be a further burden on my family.
All right, so this is with the GPS, he'll need to have a phone. So counsel, I'll need you to keep updated and let me know before, today is Wednesday, probably let me know by Friday if there's going to be an issue
You can get
with,
a phone. No problem. I can get a phone.
but you'll have to have a specific residence.
Specific residence.
Yes.
I'd have to talk to him.
Just one second.
Just because I'm out, so you're.
Probation. Do y'all know, are you allowed to have GPS at Haven for Hope?
No, Your Honor. The full address on
Yeah.
file. Would it be-
I have a home address. My father's lived at 15403 Spring Summit.
Oh, no, you don't need to tell me the address, but I'm just letting you know you need to have a home address for GPS. And counsel, if you will let me know on Friday if there's an issue, we can take that up.
Okay, Judge, I will speak to him and see if I can make sure he has it.
All right, and where are we on discovery? I think discover and offer tender.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. I don't intend to bring a motion on this or anything like this, but the court may recall this happened at the magistrate's court. I'm brand new to the case. I was
Yes.
appointed. Okay, and no requests were made for the cameras there. There is no body cam of the arrest or anything like that for the incident we're talking about. And I believe there was the DA's representative. There are cameras at the magistrate's office, but they don't keep them this long, and we all presume that that's now been destroyed. For purposes of trial, I would like them to verify that so that I can make that argument if it's appropriate and the court allows.
All right, Norma, if you extend the plea deadline date to the third week in September, please. All right, so state, if you all can see if there's some video of this.
My understanding is it was looked into. And
Okay.
This is a 2023 case.
Ah.
And it's been purged by now, Judge. So
Okay.
it was looked into previously. And so there is some body cams, which Mr. Baker probably just addressed about after the actual finding of, not to give you all the specific facts. Yes.
So do you need the plea deadline date extended?
Judge, that would be helpful, especially if my client ends up released. I can speak to him in better circumstances because I think we're close.
Okay. All right, Norma, if state you have no objections to extending the plea deadline date.
No.
All right, Norma, if you can extend this for that third or either fourth week in September.
The 23rd?
All right, and make sure he has a reset form. You need to be in court at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.